on his first encounter with Women in Peak. Round 16, 6th annual Women in League round. We are underway here on Super Saturday. The kickoff goes down to the goal line, taken by Syker, who hands it off for Tim Grant, who made such a statement in the opening play of Game 2 of the Origin Series a week and a half ago at ANZ Stadium, and he'll make a statement here as well. With a penalty immediately, Tim Manor and Justin Paul getting caught up in the play the ball.
Well, Tim Grant carrying the ball forward, met by the opposition front row in Paul and Manor. Too slow to get off the tackle player. And Penrith earned the first penalty of the night.
Boys, stay outside, hold!
Cheap meters for Grant, who picks up from where he left off a moment ago and takes it up towards the halfway line. Kingston going across to Nigel Plum, who is fully decked out in the pink, isn't he? The pink thermals under the shorts with the headgear as well. It's an absolute treat as Clint Newton works it down that right-hand side, that edge of the field that he patrols for the Panthers, as Kingston comes back to Walsh, turning it back underneath there for Tim Grant. They're about 35 metres away from the Parramatta line. 2 plays left in this set for Walsh. Again, to go to Newton as they work over young Luke Kelly, getting a chance tonight with the Eels, having played for Melbourne a couple of weeks ago against the Tigers. Here is Walsh putting it in the air. Hayne standing underneath it, trying to bat it backwards was Lachlan Coote. Well, they'll say he knocked it off.
On the 20, boys.
There was a definite knock on there by Lachlan Coote. Good kick though from Luke Walsh. It was high. It gave Penrith the opportunity to contest the ball. He's very good at chasing Luke Walsh's kicks, Lachlan Coote. It'll be a big part of their plan tonight.
Well, dynamic a couple of seasons ago in 2010 combination. Walsh and Coote produced so many tries and so many points for the Panthers. It's quite been the same from that point on as Hindmarsh plays at Manor. Works it up towards the 30-metre line at Parramatta's end. Couple of minutes gone and no score here at Penrith. Poor work it up, some solid stuff in the middle of the field there from Kingston. And also Grant, who has a bit of blood flowing as a result of that collision. A trickle of blood from the nose there of the Penrith front rower. Etu Waiselli bringing it back. A good kick. There's been plenty of talk already this weekend, Laurie, about these footballs that Ken used in the Harvey Norman Women in League round. The fact that they seem lighter and rounder. And Jamie Soward last night, the back of the Dragons win, was talking about how far these balls actually go through the air, further off the boot.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing Jared Hayne connect tonight because he possesses one of the biggest boots in the competition. Sorrell carries it forward.
Brings it back to the halfway line and plays it for Kingston. Now Syker off that right boot, beautifully played off the right hand of Jared Hayne, just going back with the flight, carried it in the air to himself to control it, and then brings it back. Here's Seo. He'll play it at the Parramatta 30. Keating from dummy half. Goes through the hands there of Kelly, getting the chance tonight from Ben Roberts, who's been overlooked after a less than impressive performance last week, but then he had plenty of mates in that particular category as the Eels went down rather meekly to the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Paul brings it back. He'll play it almost back at the halfway line for Keating from dummy half. Goes back to Hayne. Not been touched there, or certainly off a deflection perhaps off a Panther, but not played at. And it will be a Penrith feed about 20 out from their own line.
Yeah, interesting kick, that one from Jared Hayne. It was low and directed towards the sideline. I feel as though in that position early in the game, the better kick would have been to put it in the air and test Lachlan Coote out. I know some people have questioned Jared Hayne's form this season for Parramatta, but he is starting to show signs that he's getting back to somewhere near his best. Just needs to do it a bit more consistently.
Yeah, he played a phenomenal second half against the Sharks. Parramatta Stadium, and just their second win of the season 3 weeks ago, as Waiselli works it away for Penrith. Gets it away from the sideline. That's solidly there Hindmarsh over the top with Keating around the legs. Now Hindmarsh working again, grabbing Kingston, getting it back to Waiselli. Good contact in the opening exchanges here, as predicted by Adam McDougall. Bit of feeling in this battle of the West between the local derby combatants. Now Jennings a step into the backfield. Ankle tap there by Sando. What a move. The enigmatic Michael Jennings playing at 30 away. They'll get a penalty.
He'll fancy his chances on Chase Blair tonight, Michael Jennings. And this Penrith attack, I'm sure, at stages will look to expose Chrissy Sando and Chase Blair. Sando's had his issues in defence. Some early ball for Michael Jennings. And when he gets involved early, it builds his confidence, and away he goes.
Get things back underway, and Grant it is who works it up towards the Eels 10. First real scoring chance here for the Panthers. Plenty of tackles up their sleeve. Here's Plum, about 8 metres away. Comes back towards Walsh. Lewis, the crash line wrapped up by Nathan Hindmarsh. What a good tackle there from the veteran. Saved a certain try from Jennings. It goes back to Walsh. Comes across, Syker stepping and dancing. And Ryan not falling for it. Neither there was Matt Keating. Come back towards the uprights. Here's Grant. A bit of width off the play, the ball. A couple of metres out. They'll have one more tackle here. Kingston looking to his right-hand side, and that's where he goes to link up with Walsh. A well-weighted kick. Pressure here on Parramatta. Somehow, between Ryan Morgan and Luke Burt, they came up with it, and Burt was able to spin away from the in-goal area.
Good intensity by Parramatta defending their line. What about the tackle from Nathan Hindmarsh? A ball and all, one-on-one tackle on Luke Lewis, a try-saver.
Tim Manor to play it. Keating goes from dummy half and goes a long way as well. Takes it beyond the 30-metre line. Good scoot by the hooker. Here's Hindmarsh going to Lewis. Some sort of tackle by Hindmarsh on Lewis a moment ago, wasn't it? Sando now from inside the 40. Bounces away from Waiselli, who takes a little while to reel it in, and eventually comes across to Lachlan Coote, who got a reprieve at the last minute last week to play against the Gold Coast Titans when Josh Mansell was ruled out with a back injury. And as it turns out, he didn't see the hour out in that game. He was replaced after 57 minutes. After a couple of moments he would like over again. Defensive lapses and a couple of passes and knock-on which led to tries for the Gold Coast. So Raldo playing. Kingston looking around the back. Jennings coming to the midfield looking for a chance to put the foot down. Now Walsh from his own 30-metre line goes one tackle early, looking to hit the turf. The back three, though, were back there after 4 plays for Parramatta, and Hayne it is who brings it back. That was a pretty long kick for a player who doesn't normally have a big boot.
No, he hasn't got a big boot, Luke Walsh, but he got onto that one. We'll see. We'll watch as the match evolves, Warren.
It seems to be a topic in this particular round every season. The footballs, they say, go further through the year for some unknown reason. But comes across to Chase Blair, and it goes inside the Penrith 40. Bird at dummy half, a long way from his left wing position. They head out towards it now. Here's Hayne out the back, losing the ball up, and his face was Daniela. And they're going to say one of the Eels was offside, and Penrith will kick the touch and go back on the attack.
There was plenty of ball movement there by Parramatta. But again, no one actually engages the line. And when no one engages the line, it makes it easier for the outside defenders to read it. And Jeff Daniela, he came in, he made a good tackle on Hayne, he forced the error, and now Penrith go straight on the attack.
Tap it through, Waiselli. It's a good runner from dummy half, and he got this at a 6 going in good fashion as well. So Raldo now coming across to Grant, heading towards the post. Stopped there by Hindmarsh and Keating. They've combined those two a number of times already tonight. Kingston at the back for Syker. Numbers here for Penrith. Lewis goes through. There was no stopping him this time.
Tackle 3. Let's have a look and see if he does actually ground the ball. or Jared Hayne does hold him up.
They are going to check, but it did look as though there was contact with the ball on the turf first time around.
Yeah, and it looks as though this is the area of the field that Penrith will look to attack tonight. Numbers around Chrissy Sando, plenty of players in motion. So Luke Walsh has options inside, outside, short, and at the back. It's a good effort by Jared Hayne, but I would suspect somewhere there the ball must have touched the ground. Can't be sure. We'll have a look here. It's going down there. Well, I can't be sure, but you would think that the ball touched the ground.
You would imagine so. I think we'll even require benefit of the doubt for that one. It is. The green lights against Spanner. And the Panthers and their fans.
You know it, baby! You know it!
A little bit happy about that one, aren't they?
At the foot of the mountains, they're happy. Luke Lewis, a great line. Kingston out of dummy half. And it was a lovely pass, by Harry Saker. I thought it was Luke Walsh. But Saker controlling this left edge. Engages Chrissy Sando, and it just opens up. And Chase Blair, he was faced with a number of options. A number of support players there pushing into holes for Saker. They drag them in through the middle, and they play them on the edges.
We missed the game last week, as we mentioned, against the Titans. Luke Lewis, thigh injury, back tonight. And from out wide, Luke Walsh. He struck them pretty well. 75% so far this season. Makes it 6 points to 0. They are pretty in pink tonight, the Panthers again. Have a good record. I think they've won 3 of 4 in the Women in League round when they've worn the all pink. He was absolutely sensational defensively, especially, wasn't he, in Origin 2, Luke Lewis. New South Wales against Queensland. Sando with the restart. It goes down to the man, Harry Saker, who popped the ball for Lewis. He held it up beautifully. The young 5'8", playing in his 4th game in the NRL tonight. Kingston comes across to Lewis. There was a rock there, but he went around the chin, perhaps. He touched his face. He gets up. He's okay for the moment as Newton works it up the field beyond their 20. Kingston coming back to the middle. Nigel Plum in this front row role tonight to begin the game, with Dane Weston coming off the bench for Ivan Cleary. Now here's Saker, his kick played at was it a call as Hayne comes forward and picks it up. And he'll have it in good field position for Parramatta, and he was unlucky there not to get a penalty when Jennings still had him around the legs as he regained his feet. So a good chance here for Parramatta to hit back. Let's put some pressure on this Panthers defensive line, which has leaked plenty of points at times in 2012. Now Keating going across to Kelly, grabbed there by Newton. He'll play it just outside the Penrith 30. What a great play, the ball. Keating feeds it on to Sando. Then Smith. Not much happening there for the Eels, though. He just takes a tackle. See what they've got here on the last, from just outside the 20. And it is who will put it in the air. Some pressure on Waiselli. Was it too big? No. Tapped forward by Luke Burt. It will be a knock on. And it will be a changeover because Luke Burt might have left the ground with a foot into touch.
Yeah, it was an ordinary set of 6, though, by Parramatta. They really didn't threaten at all. You know, this field position, you have to be coming up with options and challenging the defence a little bit more.
Sort of 6 they offered up quite a bit last week against the Rabbitohs. Chris Sando, limited involvement with the ball in hand in the opening 13 minutes here tonight. Plum has it back. 10 on his own side of halfway. Kingston now comes across to Saker. Here is Lewis as they go to Jennings up against Blair once again. Just loses his footing. Blair is big and strong, and they like him as a defensive centre on this right-hand side. But he's already been beaten once by Jennings. No shame in that, though, because he's beaten plenty over the course of his career. Kingston fires one wide to Walsh, who